Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now. It is going to be on dual site here in ALT-Stracraft's Open Arena Tournament. This is the semifinal match. As I mentioned, TDLeFazh and Devour. We're going to call TDLeFazh just LeFazh, I think. You guys will know who I'm talking about. He is the red Zerg over here on the left side of the map. On the right side, it is Devour. I like his name, man. That's actually kind of a good name for a Zerg player. Devour, because that's what looks like everybody's doing on the Zerg army, except for the ranged units. They don't look like they're devouring anybody, but they do have a good bunch of melee units, and they look like they're devouring stuff. Ruh, ruh. I love when Ultralisks attack. That makes me happy. So good stuff there. Let's see how Devour is going to proceed here, but no, oh man, I do have to mention, look at this, we're sitting here in our semifinal. It's the other one. It is here a ZvZ as well, which means we're going to have a ZvZ final for sure. We've seen almost nothing but ZvZs today. Almost nothing but. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Good stuff, though. Looks like a fairly similar builds at this point. Devour slightly behind on his gas. We'll see if that's going to make much of a difference, but LeFazh should be gearing up for his pool here, and momentarily I'm going to assume 14 pools from both of these guys. We do see that gas completing here, and there goes your spawning pool. Indeed, indeed. Good stuff. Actually, it was a 13 pool, and now he's got his 14th pro drone on the way. Looks pretty good. Spawning pool here for Devour as well. Did get that down at 14. You can see it's only seconds ahead for LeFazh, so it's not really going to make much difference for either player either way. But essentially the same build, just slightly different mechanics and slightly different timings. But do mine the gas here right away, so we are going to see speedlings ASAP. And we're kind of in a holding pattern here for just a moment because these guys are just going to be maintaining some kind of map control with their overlords. We headed out across the map, almost in a mirror pattern there. But nothing quite yet. Spawning pool complete here for LeFazh, and about to be the same for Devour. Indeed, indeed. And ling speed for both on the way immediately. No gas production here for Devour. And LeFazh still mining gas, so it looks like he may be going for either. Well, he's mining with all three, so he could even go for roaches with this much gas production. But maybe he'll just mine just enough for some banelings. But it is going to be some kind of tech, I'd assume here. Yep, banelings indeed. So here's your baneling nest. Looks like LeFazh wanting to get aggressive here with his ling play. Devour taking an expand. And he is going to be producing a couple lings as well, working on his queens. Both working on their queens. But we're going to have two queens, I assume, for Devour here in just a bit. Just a bit. These lings here for Devour are going to be kicking it in a defensive position. LeFazh is going to be cruising out around this side of the map. Looks like he's going to go for a run-by. Or I guess he just didn't want to be scouted. I guess he assumes that his opponent is holding this Xel'Naga tower. So where's he going with these guys? Is he going to do banelings or something back here? Not sure, but he's definitely hiding these guys for now. So we'll see how he's going to move from here. But yep, indeed, it is going to be banelings. And good defenses here from Devour. Devour, however, does not have any banelings on the way quite yet. No baneling nest, no nothing. Is going to have his Zergling speed. Here comes some Zerglings for LeFazh. Going to be cruising forward. Let's just check our units tab before we get too far into this. 16 for LeFazh, or 15 for LeFazh, 16 for Devour. Banelings getting in there. One does go down. These guys trying to hit the mineral line here, I assume. Oh, he missed those guys. He picked up 2 kills there on the drones. Looks like a big counterattack going down here for Devour. And LeFazh is going to be attacking the hatchery at the same time. Nope, he's moving up into the main, but both players going to be having, with lings in the main. The nice thing here for LeFazh is he does have those banelings for defense. Now that's going to be extremely handy. Here comes more lings as well. Should be able to clean this out without taking too much economic damage. And his lings back here at Devour's main going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage. You can see that the drone count here is getting extremely low. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 1. Game number 2 will be headed your way in just a moment. So don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 in this best-of-3 semifinal matchup in ALT-Stracraft's Open Arena Tournament. We're going to be working on close air positions here yet again in a ZvZ on this map. This is the second time we've seen this in a semifinal matchup of all things. So Devour going to be our yellow. He is over here at the 8 o'clock position. Down here at 6 o'clock it is TDLeFazh as red. will be scouting each other here momentarily. These overlords headed right towards each other's foreheads. Actually, not quite, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They are indeed going to see each other, and that is going to let us know where they are spawning. Devour working on his overlord here right away, and LeFazh maybe going for a 10 pool? I think he's going for a 10 pool. Indeed, 10 pool is down. Probably going to see his overlord come out here momentarily. Looks like Devour will be scouting this in just a moment. He put this spawning pool as far away from that position as he possibly could. Going to force his opponent to scout it. So we'll see if Devour going to be headed that way. It looks like he is. Kind of tense, but not really. I think Devour is headed. Yeah, you can see him clicking right here. So he's checking for a 10 pool. He may be feeling it. Back here at Devour's base, we do have his spawning pool going down as well as a gas. And fairly good time. Is he going to be prepared? We are about to see a bunch of lings out on the field. LeFazh's spawning pool about to be complete, and indeed it is. Here come your lings, 6 of them on the way. They're going to be headed out across the map. Devour does scout this, though, in pretty good time. I would assume that he should be okay. He's going to have to micro his drones here potentially for just a bit. There are now 8 lings going to be cruising out across the map. The first 6 about to pop. There they go. Off they go to the races. See if he's going to make it in time. Looks like the spawning pool about to complete for Devour. Got to love these tense moments, but this is what we play StarCraft for. This is what we do tournaments for. Oh man, I'm pumped for this. Devour, if he can hold this off, he will be in good position to potentially take down, I think, game number 2, which will be nice. It would be nice to see a game number 3 in one of our semifinal matches. Here they go, right to the mineral line. Looks like good micro here. Oh, he's going to do the surround thingy. I don't like the surround. I rather would see him, use the mineral tricking. The ghost walking trick is, I think, a little bit better play there. But all in all, that did go fairly well for him. He did take out a couple, but LeFazh took out a couple. Units lost, going to show that indeed Devour is behind just a little bit. Let's see how many workers killed that was. It was 4 workers killed. Here comes some more from LeFazh. LeFazh going to stay aggressive here. But Devour does have pretty decent defenses. Units tab going to show Devour down to 12 drones. Now LeFazh starting to beef up his economy here, it appears. And in production, we do see more drones for LeFazh. Looks like they're going to be relatively even here for just a little bit. But Devour does have to stay on top of this drone production. So, I mean, he did lose a couple drones there. Got to be careful. Looks like he's going to be cruising out across the map with 1 Zergling just for some scouting here. We do have double queens down at this ramp for LeFazh. He's going to be hiding whatever is up here in this base, which is currently nothing. He's not hiding any tech yet, but that will make, I think, Devour think that he's hiding some tech. We'll see how he's going to respond here. I probably will see him go ahead and sack an Overlord, or at least send in an Overlord to see what's going on for sure. I think he's going to want to see that information, want that intel, and that's always a good play, but we don't have any Overlords headed in there quite yet, but he is going to go for a hatchery instead, so kind of an interesting response. Hatchery has gone down for Devour. Good looking expand timing. LeFazh currently supply blocked, but he is going to remedy that momentarily. Does have that Overlord about to pop, hopefully. Actually, you have a slightly longer build time than the rest of your other early units. So he did get supply block there for a moment. That will hurt him moving forward here for just a bit. Looks like he's going to get that production right underway quickly. Devour here about to have this hatch up and running. Let's just check our units tab. 19 drones for Devour, 15 for LeFazh. And LeFazh going to be headed out with some more speedlings. Ooh, finding a nice, relatively hidden spot here. I think he's catching the tail end of this. Looks like Devour should be able to see some of these guys. But we do have some banelings here. Going to be cruising up there, headed straight to the mineral line here. Straight to the mineral line, and off they go. LeFazh kind of just kicking it there. Wow. Baneling's going off. Looks like they're doing a pretty dang good job, and that is game. LeFazh taking it down 2 in a row. Devour will not be moving on to the finals. We do appreciate his play in this tournament, though. LeFazh will be going into the finals here momentarily. He'll be taking on Bio Ice. Don't alt tab, always alt StarCraft. We'll be checking those finals out here in just a bit.